If you ask 10 different experts what the best heart diet is for women, you will hear 10 completely different rules. One will say, cut carbs, go keto. Another will insist, go fully vegan and avoid fat. Then someone throws in Mediterranean, dash, paleo, and suddenly you are not eating for your heart anymore. You are just trying to survive the advice. After years of working closely with women's health research, especially through and after menopause, here is the truth I keep seeing. A strict, perfect diet usually fails, not because you are weak, but because you are human. That is why I would take a nutrition approach that is 75% solid, but easy, enjoyable, and sustainable over a 100% perfect plan that lasts 3 months and then disappears. So today, we are not chasing trends. No complicated rules. We are focusing on the highest yield foods, the ones research keeps confirming as powerful for protecting your arteries and your heart as a woman over 60. And the best part? These foods support your body even on the days you are not exercising. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 specific foods, ranked from supportive to surprisingly powerful. Stay until the end, because the first one is backed by one of the largest heart studies ever done. And it showed something that shocked even doctors, especially for women and stroke risk. Let's start with number 4, the one most people underestimate: fatty fish. This is the food most people walk right past in the grocery store. But inside your body, it is doing something very important. Something you do not feel, do not notice, and do not have to work for. After 60, many women hear a new word at the doctor's office: triglycerides. Triglycerides are a type of fat floating around in your blood. They tend to rise quietly with age, especially after menopause. Your liver is like a factory. Every time you eat carbohydrates, the liver decides what to do with the extra sugar. If there is more than your body needs, the liver turns that sugar into fat and packs it into tiny delivery trucks called VLDL. Those trucks drive straight into your bloodstream. That fat becomes triglycerides. According to major clinical research, including the Reduce It trial, omega-3 fatty acids like EPA and DHA act directly in the liver. They slow down the liver's production of VLDL particles. Think of it like this. Instead of trying to burn off triglycerides after they are already in your blood, omega-3s help stop the problem at the source. While wild sockeye salmon is a gold standard, smaller fish like sardines or mackerel are also excellent options. But stopping fat production is only half the story, because a lot of cholesterol never should have entered the blood in the first place. And this brings us to number 3, dietary fiber. Most people think cholesterol problems start in the blood. In reality, a big part of the story happens much earlier, in the gut. Every day, your body sends cholesterol into your digestive system in the form of bile acids. Normally, much of this cholesterol gets reabsorbed and sent right back into circulation. This is where certain fibers change the outcome. Fibers from foods like oat bran and flaxseed absorb water and turn into a soft gel. That gel physically grabs onto bile acids and holds them. When those bound bile acids leave the body, the cholesterol they contain leaves with them. Large clinical research, including a meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, showed that beta-glucan, the key fiber in oats, leads to a measurable drop in LDL cholesterol that doctors can clearly see on blood tests. Because bile acids were lost, the body has to make new ones. To do that, the liver pulls cholesterol out of the blood. LDL levels drop, not because the body is fighting cholesterol, but because it is quietly recycling it. For women over 60, this matters even more. Research in postmenopausal women showed that foods rich in pectin fiber, like apples or dried plums, led to a strong reduction in LDL. The body cleans itself through digestion, and even if digestion improves, none of it sticks if cravings keep hijacking the brain. This brings us to number 2, walnuts and almonds. For many women over 60, the challenge is not overeating. It is managing cravings that feel automatic, especially later in the day. What makes nuts different is how they change the signals coming from the gut. In the Walnuts and Healthy Aging study, researchers followed adults between 63 and 79 years old for 2 years. Participants ate walnuts every day. Even with the extra calories, they did not gain weight. Studies showed that nuts trigger the release of satiety hormones in the digestive system, signals like PYY and GLP-1. These messages travel to the brain and create a clear sense of fullness. Almonds add another effect. They help keep blood sugar steady after meals. When blood sugar does not drop suddenly, the brain does not demand quick sugar to compensate. When blood sugar stays stable, cravings do not spike. When cravings do not spike, sugar intake naturally falls. Walnuts and almonds also contain omega-3 fats, not in the same amounts as fatty fish, but enough to provide additional support. So these foods work on 2 levels at once. They quiet the brain's demand for sugar, and they quietly support the heart. Next, we move to the top of the list, the food with the strongest evidence of all, and the most direct effect on the arteries themselves. And it surprises many women, because it does not feel dramatic at all. Number 1. Extra virgin olive oil. Most people think of olive oil as just a cooking fat, but large clinical research tells a very different story. In the pre-DIME trial, one of the largest heart studies ever conducted, over 7,000 people were followed, many of them women over 60. One group regularly consumed extra virgin olive oil. Compared to others, they had a 30% lower risk of major cardiovascular events. A closer analysis showed that olive oil improved the endothelium, the inner lining of the blood vessels. This happened regardless of how active people were. The reason is biochemical. Polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil increase the availability of nitric oxide, a molecule that tells blood vessels to relax and widen. When vessels are more flexible, blood flows more easily. Pressure drops. This starts as soon as the oil is digested. No training plan, no sweating, just chemistry. And for women, this mattered even more. In the same study, the reduction in stroke risk, one of the biggest cardiovascular threats for women later in life, was especially strong. Protection does not always come from doing more. Sometimes it comes from giving the body the exact signal it has been waiting for. And that is why this food sits at the top of the list. And here is the beautiful part. You do not have to remember a long list. You do not have to time anything. You can get all 4 heart protective foods in one simple meal. Many women turn this into their daily heart salad. The 4 heart protectors as a base: fatty fish, 1 fillet of wild salmon, or 1 can of mackerel or sardines in water fiber, 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed. Important, ground, so your body can actually absorb it. Nuts, 1 handful of walnuts. Olive oil, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil for the dressing. Then add what you enjoy. 2 handfuls of dark leafy greens, half an avocado, cucumber, or tomatoes. Juice of half a lemon, that is it. 1 meal, 4 layers of protection, no stress. When your body receives these signals every day, it starts working for you. Quietly, steadily, without pressure. And that is the goal.